I'm not happy with you, Mr. Johnson. You're on bond in this case, and now you've picked up a felony case. The only thing I asked you to do, behave yourself. Don't pick up any new cases. And now, Morgan, what has Mr. Johnson picked up?
Unauthorized possession of a catalytic converter.
Wow. Please.
So officers were dispatched to an apartment complex. The security guard in the apartment complex observed the defendant. Observed in plain view in the defendant's vehicle 3 catalytic converters that were freshly and jaggedly cut. The defendants were not mechanics. There's 2 defendants in this case. Defendant 1 was under a vehicle cutting the converter. When he saw security, he attempted to escape by jumping into a vehicle where defendant 2 was in the driver's seat. Security stopped them from leaving.
So where was Mr. Johnson?
I'm just trying to figure out if he was the number 1 or number 2 defendant, Judge.
Right, where was he? Was he in the car? How do we know if it's him? I don't want to try the case, right? But I don't want to.
Sorry, Judge. In the DIMS, they just identify the defendant 1 and 2. Let me just pull up the offense report really quickly. Okay, so Mr. Johnson was under the car. He was the defendant that was under the car, and then there was another defendant in a waiting vehicle.
So was he in the act of taking another one?
Yes, he was in the act of trying to steal a catalytic converter.
This is the moment the courtroom temperature changes. When the judge says, "I am now going to revoke your bond that S not punishment that S risk management." Legally speaking, the court has decided you've proven you can follow conditions. Translation: freedom just got repossessed. Question for you: how many chances should someone get before the court says enough?
Security guard caught him.
I am now going to revoke your bond on your first case. I asked you not to get in trouble. You've now picked up a felony case. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Your Honor, I would ask that the court set a bond, and obviously,
I understand.
Yeah.
That's each one of those is like $5,000-$6,000, and someone has to. Life's hard enough as it is, man. You know, really. It goes with you. Hi, Miss Sidler. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
So, it's making a firearm accessible to a child. Did someone pass away as a result?
So this one was the defendant, the father of the children. There were 3 children playing. And then the gun or the weapon was found on the bed, and one of the children was trying to get rid of the gun and then ended up shooting and killing his 10-year-old brother, shooting in the side of his head. And I spoke with Caroline on this, but I was more comfortable deferring to you without an agreed rec on what you thought was appropriate here.
I don't know.
I looked at the medication packet, but
what'd you think?
For some reason, the case is 2 years old, and it was only a 7-page packet. I felt that his statement wasn't really, taking as much responsibility overtly for this, and then it was images of their family. I understand all of that, but with 2 years going on, I don't know why this wasn't resolved with the other chiefs or what's going on, but I just wanted to see a little more with it.
Mr. Gutierrez, come up. Come up. Oh, he doesn't speak English.
No.
Morning, Judge.
Hi, Luis. How are you? So are you okay with going without an agreed rec, Ms. Siegler?
I'm sorry?
Are you okay with going without an agreed rec? Where was the weapon initially? Do you know?
It was found on the bed.
Fue encontrada en la cama.
Just a gun is laying. A gun is. Well, I mean, do we know where it was initially before it was used? I guess that's my question.
There were several guns in the house. If you one moment, let me pull up the OR, but this one that was involved in the accident was found on the bed. One second.
Un momento.
The mother, the complainant, or sorry, next of kin advised that she was told
This is one of those moments where the law and humanity collide head-on. Legally, this case is about criminal negligence, but emotionally, this is every parent's worst nightmare. The judge isn't just weighing statutes here, they weighing lifelong guilt versus accountability. And that's the hardest question in criminal justice: is losing your child punishment enough, or does the law still have to speak?
that one of her children was trying to make the bed and in the process moved the firearm and it was discharged. And the child did not know that the gun was loaded.
The worst, that's the worst nightmare.
I know.
Just, it's awful. I don't know. I don't. I think that there has to be some punishment, right?
Your Honor, we're happy to speak to him and have him redo his mitigation package.
But the thing is that he's had the chance to do it. You know what you're supposed to do. And if you can't own up to it at that time, then, I mean, that's truly what you mean at that time. Right? So I'd like to see it, if you don't mind, his letter, to see how he feels. Is he truly remorseful? You know, because, you know, on one end, I would think that the fact that your own child is dead because of you, is that punishment enough? Right?
That's where I was at too, Your Honor, which I was conflicting on.
If you can't even take responsibility for it, I mean,
And the next of kin, the mother, the prior chief did speak with her in person. We followed up with her over the phone. And she has expressed they've all been to therapy, obviously, and she said to leave it up to us.
are they still together? Is the family still together?
Yes.
So let's do this. Let's get the plea done. I'd like to get it done today. It's 200 days old. Do it. There's going to be some. Okay. Not as much, but there's going to be some. And then, then I'd like to see his letter first, though, if you don't mind. Okay. And then
This is Spanish, so.
it's okay. I can read Spanish. And then, do you want to go ahead and write it up and do it today? Or do you want, tell me how you want to do this.
I would, whatever the recommendation is, I would like some time to talk to him about it.
Okay.
And if he would like to take it today, then we can take it today. If not, then I would ask for something.
No, if he doesn't take it, we're going to set it. It's 200 days old. It's time. So I guess let me take a look at the letter. Let me read it, and then I'll get back to you. And then give me 15 minutes. Let me just talk to them, and then, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
So I'll print it right now.
Thanks. Hi, Will. Shh. Mr. Trevor Maines, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Oh, guys, crap. I'm sorry. Sorry, John D. And thanks, Mark. This is Mr. Trevor Maines. It's the last name, Trevor Maines. I guess under Trevor.
Sorry about that, Judge.
It's okay.
So officer, are you ready for me?
Yeah, okay. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Officers were dispatched to a bar in Harris County, Texas, in response to a suspicious person. The complaining witness, a security guard, told the officer that the defendant had left the bar and gotten into his car, but then returned a short time later carrying a gun. There were other parties arguing in the outdoor area of the bar. The defendant took the gun and threw it under the fence. The complaining witness retrieved the gun, took the bullets out, and returned the gun to the defendant and told him to leave. Complaining witness then observed defendant go to the back of the bar and hop the fence to get back inside.
So they had told him to exit the bar, you said?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Trevor, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, sir?
7.
What do you do with yourself these days? What do you do with yourself these days?
So unemployed, I don't have a job.
How come?
Just moved here. Moved out here.
From where? Okay. What are you planning on doing with yourself?
Job.
Okay. How long has it been since you've had a job?
Like 2-3 years ago.
2-3 years since you've had a job? How do you support it? How do you live? How do you eat? How do you get money? Okay.
Trouble. See my record. I don't be in trouble.
Does he have any prior criminal history?
Just carrying a handgun in a motor vehicle that was dismissed.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to this place. Do you understand? Not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? How are you going to get a lawyer, sir?
Pay for it.
So you're just going to do nothing and
You sign me
so I don't want to talk to you the case. I don't want to talk about the case, but
People think this is just a rant, but it is actually a warning. This judge isn't sentencing yet he is forecasting a future. Courts see the same patterns over and over: unemployment, repeat offenses, dependency. And this speech it as the court saying this is your off-ramp, take it now. The real question is, will he listen, or will we see him again?
well, let me ask you this. You haven't had a job for 2 to 3 years. Why should the people of Harris County have to foot a bill for you when you get to do nothing for 3 years? How's that fair that we all have to pay for your lawyer when you don't do anything? You get to play Xbox all day, just hang out at home and do nothing, and we have to foot the bill for that? How's that fair?
I don't have it. What you want me to do?
So here's what we're gonna do. I'll have you fill out an application. I'm now making a condition of your bond. You got to get a job. And I'm gonna bring you back in 2 weeks. I want to see what you've done to get a job. You're 27 years old, dude. This life is really, really tough without money. And the older you get, life doesn't get easier. It gets harder. You get bigger, you get fatter, you get uglier, you lose hair, right? And if you don't have a job, if you don't have a trade, if you don't have a way to make money, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think people are going to keep giving you handouts the rest of your life? That's how we have all these people who walk the street, looking all Quasimodo-like, have no way of getting money, no traits, no skill. That's not the way to go through life, man. Now is when you work your ass so that when you become 60, when you become 70, you have a cushion, you have somewhere to land. So you have a house, you have a nest egg savings. Because if not, I'm going to tell you now, you're going to have a really rotten and miserable life. This life is a journey, and it's really a good journey where you buy nice things, have nice clothes, take nice vacations, pretty wife, kids, or it can be a rotten toilet of an existence where you're in and out of jail. You ain't got no money. You're begging every single person for this and for that. And that's not the way to go through life. Did you even graduate from high school? I want you to get a job. I will give you a lawyer today. But you're not to use alcohol. You're not to use illegal drugs. And I'm going to test you like crazy. I want you to know that now. And I'm going to hold you to a standard as well. Do you understand? And if you don't, life's not going to go well between you and I. I'm just telling you that now. You will be held to a standard. I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks. And I want to see what you have done to get a job. If you come back here and you ain't got nothing in your hand, it's not going to go well. Do you understand? You might give an application. Good morning, Mr. Venable.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Venable, you're charged with 2 counts of assault. One is of a family member. On both of those, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay, Ms.
On January 21st of 2024 in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to an AFM call. Officer met with the complainant. The complainant and the defendant have been dating for 5 months. The complainant and the defendant were arguing. The defendant pushed the complainant to the ground, causing her to scrape her right arm. While the complainant was still on the floor, the defendant stepped on her neck. Officer noted.
Stepped on her neck.
Yes, Judge. Officer noted redness on the complainant's arm and neck.
You know if it impeded breathing?
No, Judge. I don't, I can't, let me check. It wasn't charged as an impeding breath, so.
Well, I know it wasn't charged, but is it?
The DIMS don't say that she had any trouble breathing, but I'll look at the offense report, Judge.
And here's the other thing. The first assault is from October of 23. The second assault is from January of this year.
Yes,
And now we have a felony evading arrest on December 10th.
yes, Judge.
Were these 2Bs? Was he out on bond for these? Vic, do you know?
It looks like. No,
So
it
this is
looks-
Venable, who's now picked up a 3rd case. He had 2 misdemeanors, one's from 23, one's from 24. Did we ever do PC or had he ever been on bond
No, Judge. It was just a non-arrival.
for the whole time? All right.
Judge, it doesn't say that she had trouble breathing. It just says that it caused her pain.
Okay. Can you do probable cause? So that's the family member, right?
That's the AFM.
Okay.
Judge.
Can you do the first case? Because I don't think we've done probable cause on that one though.
This is the AFM from January 21st. Oh, the ABI, the one before.
Yeah, the one before.
On 9/29/2023, officers were dispatched. On arrival, officers spoke with the witness, the complainant's wife, who said that the defendant assaulted the complainant by slapping him in the face because the complainant's dog killed the defendant's girlfriend's cat. Then officers spoke with the complainant, who said he had invited the defendant into his residence to discuss the situation when the defendant said she should knock the shit out of him. And the next thing complainant knew, the defendant had struck him across the left side of his face with his hand, causing pain.
Mr. Venable, I want you to understand one thing, that I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my community at all costs.
Sure.
And if that means I have to make your bond extremely high, taking you into custody, kicking and screaming, I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Capital murder of misdemeanors. That phrase sounds dramatic, but legally it means game over. A violation of a protective order can justify zero bond, meaning no release period. The judge is drawing a hard line here. Community safety over individual freedom. And once zero bond is on the table, the court is no longer negotiating.
Do you understand?
Sure.
I'm ordering you as a condition. I'm going to find probable cause on both of your cases, and I'm ordering you not to have any contact with either of the people in this case.
Sure.
There's a protective order that has been issued in the family case. I would get to know it. Don't say anything. You will get the opportunity. Now is not that time. I'm telling you what the expectation is while these cases are open, and what the expectation is for you to be able to live in this free world. Because if you don't abide by these expectations, I'm going to take the free world away from you. You are not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you. You're also not to have contact with either of these people, not to be in possession of any weapons, and abide by the conditions of the protective order. If you violate those conditions of the protective order, the state can file a 4th case, a violation of a protective order. If they do, that is the capital murder of misdemeanors. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up, and you violate those conditions, I can have a hearing to hold you at zero bond. Zero bond, and I'll do it in a heartbeat to protect every person. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have a Texas driver license?
I do, but it's just,
So you do not have a Texas driver license. I am now ordering you also as a condition of your bond not to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising you that you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care what you got to do. I don't care where you got to go. You violate this, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car.
an Ubering to and from, so.
Don't. There's nothing you can say to justify. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you what the expectation is.
Yes, Your Honor.
We are now going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So for now, I'm going to have you come up here, sign this order, promising us you're not going to drive. I will get you to Victoria where we will have you sign a reset for you to go get a lawyer. You will meet with Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you'll be free to go.
Sir.
The one in there that has contact.
Got it. Okay. So Rosette, the order in the one that's signed by the magistrate is allowing contact, but I'm going to issue one now so that he can have contact. Okay. Just so that you know.
Also, I don't see a motive on the assault bodily injury case.
Well, it's because it's not a family member case. That's why. You can only do one on the family member cases. All right. That way. John D. Hey, bud.
Judge, was that CHA?
Sorry, I'm on.
We like Victoria Venable. Okay, thank you.
John D.
Judge.
What's the word?
First on young Mr. Cuellar, Diego Cuellar. He's due back today because he wanted some proof that he's getting his GED. I spoke to him this morning. He had to get an ID in order for him to get his high
I
school.
think he's supposed to come here with his ID today, wasn't he?
That he showed me a proof that he's applying for it. He hasn't gotten the ID.
Come up.
And he's got proof on his phone that he's been researching the GED program. So he's taking active steps towards it, Judge. He just doesn't have the ID in order for him to get the transcript.
Mr. Bear, you haven't done
In the
absolutely.
GED program. Right?
I have to wait for the school to mail them the transcript so I can get the ID. They said I need my old school record so they have proof of who I am. But I have my GED login on my phone. I can show you.
To go get an ID, all you have to do is go to DPS and get an ID, right?
If they're under the age, they actually have to have a student verification form from a school.
That's what he's waiting for.
I was there
He's got
yesterday.
the, he's got.
What school is this?
Calhoun High School in Port Lavaca. Calhoun High School in Port Lavaca. I called them yesterday. They're going to mail it.
The day before court, you call.
That was when I had my appointment for the DPS.
Okay. So how long are we going to wait for you to get the ID to be able to start on your GED?
Well, they said they mailed it already, so probably it's like a couple of days, like 3 days.
So let's set it a week. Okay. All right. I'll see you in a week, sir. All right.
Okay, go ahead. I'll text you.
Yeah.
Yes, that was Cuellar.
Okay, John D, who's next?
Results? For stress test?
Well, you sent.
Second, I'll check.
You sent him to get tested last time, but it hasn't been 30 days, Judge, because you wanted him to come back to show proof. So.
That's all right, John.
So I think by next time, he told me it's clearing out. So that's good. The next one I have, Judge, is, we have to approach on Mr. Imamovich, Judge. They're going to file with an I-M-A.
Oh, you're dismissing it?
Yes, there.
Yes, Judge. So I think, so we had dismissed the ABI, but I don't think we ever got the MOA dismissed. And so he got picked up on a VPO.
So,
But we don't plan on moving forward with the
Okay,
VPO.
all right, I'll sign it.
got it, Judge.
Thank you,
And then
Judge.
lastly, I have Mr. Johnson, but they
So
are,
there's the proof. You see that?
well, hey,
Even if the case gets dismissed, the DPO still lives on.
there you go, Judge. But it's good news, right things being
Yeah,
done.
you're doing it right.
Mr. Johnson, they are seeking some chief discussion in order to get that off your docket
The
today.
case
I'm
is
just
not
waiting.
open.
No, I got you, but I just want to give you an update on it.
But-
It might be off your docket today.
I know how incredibly thorough you are, so I'm not going to go through all questioning, and I'll take it that you understand that this is what you're doing today is you're making a lifetime decision that it's a difficult one. And, you know, when you start racking up convictions on your record, life gets a lot more difficult. The older you get, life doesn't get easier. It gets so much more very difficult. And when you get convictions, you become unemployable the more convictions you get. So you need to be careful how you handle life, because if you don't, I'm telling you, 15 minutes will flash by and lickety split. And if you don't have a job, you don't have a career, you don't have an education, then life is not going to go well. This life is not fun without money. If you don't believe me, go on the street and ask the people on the street. You only get it. You have a trade, you have a job, an education. Do you understand?
Which has been a difficult decision because she is enrolled full-time in college and she's working part-time, got a good job. But, well, and we understand how this can adversely affect things.
I'm not interested in the PTI program.
Well, she was in PTI and there was.
Oh,
difficulty there,
I sorry, I
and
see.
she's having difficulty balancing, and that's really, we think the crux of the issue with the issues in PTI was trying to balance full-time job, part-time work, and maintaining a home that first time she's out on her own, not without, I guess, without her parents' help.
This ISNT just about drunk driving, it S about consequences stacking up. A DWI conviction, DOESNT fate, it follows you. Employment. Licenses future sentencing at all compounds. And when the judge mentions Uber costing $30, that S not sarcasm, S logic. Because the real cost ISNT the ride, it S the record. Final thought, how many lives derail over decisions that last less than an hour?
Is there any other way no other way we can help?
Well, not that we see at the moment, and we've talked to the state about potentially being back on PTI and about the potential of deferred, and we're not quite there. We talked about the potential of going without an agreed rec, but she doesn't want to sign up for a situation where maybe more difficult.
So she's currently in the PTI program now.
Well, no, she's been removed from the PTI.
Oh, remove, I see.
And so we vetted through the case and found issues we think with where we think there's potential issues in the case, but we're thinking that this is the best way to resolve it. And
You know,
so we're here.
It is what it is. At some point, may not be today, may not be tomorrow, 10 years, but you're going to look back, God, why didn't I complete this thing? You know, just, you need to understand that this DWI will go on your record. What we're doing, 3 days in jail, credit for one. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any case that you pick up here. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. You now have a minimum that you'll be doing if you pick up any more cases. So you need to be very careful when you get into a car. All officers do when they pull you over is they look at your criminal history. If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, so you need to be very careful moving forward. $30, wherever you want to go in the city. $40, it'll take you anywhere you want to go when you get Uber. That's what you need to consider from now on, even if you've had one. That's what I do when I go out with my wife. Miss Mom, you give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. There's no turning back. You can never take this off. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to 3 days in jail, give you credit for 1. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days.
We'd ask that go, I guess, have a retroactive application to the suspension that she served from by way of the ALR suspension.
Why?
Well, was your question why, Judge? I'm sorry, I couldn't.
The thing is this, is that how many times are we going to reward someone, especially for behavior when she's doing whatever she wants to do?
No, it's not a reward. It's to make sure that in a situation where she doesn't have a bunch of financial resources, that she can get to school and to work, and she's doing things to move forward in life. And she is enrolled full-time. She's got 13 hours in an engineering program, got a pharmacy tech license. She's working as a pharmacy tech, but also maintaining home. So the costs and the process of getting a lawyer to represent her in an occupational license setting be more difficult. She's got her license active now. Asked that suspension that she served, which was a 6-month suspension.
How bad was it in the PTI program? Did she repeatedly just test positive for alcohol and dope?
No, I think there were missed. I don't think there was any positive tests. I think there were just no test, skip test.
So I have, yes, it's a failure to report and failure to enroll in SOP and failure to maintain.
Did she do anything?
And she's been on an ankle monitor since I got the case, and she's not had any issues with ankle.
And then also, as counsel mentioned, 31 skip tests on the report. So it does not appear that she did much of anything that was required of her.
We disagree with that assessment, but
I mean, reasonable minds can differ. You know, there's also a matter of the $3,000 surcharge as well. What are we going to do with that?
weigh that in light of her financial circumstances.
Do you see what I mean? It's like one gift, but it is though. I mean, there's no jail time. She got booted out of the program. Now I'm not suspending her license. Now I'm rolling the $3,500 that she would normally pay. It's literally with one gift after the other.
It's not. And here's why. The legislature came in, and I know the remedy is citizens go vote, but a $3,000 surcharge to an individual who has little to no money is a catastrophic amount financially.
Well, we do it. We give a 2-year payment plan, so it comes out to like $30 a month.
And we saw how the surcharge program worked for individuals, and it destroyed their license. And so what happens is then they come back to your court because all of a sudden they don't have a license valid, and then it plugs up our system with Class B charges of driving with license invalid cases. And so it's not a reward. It's understanding that me, as working a full-time job,
here's what I'm going to
different financial position.
Here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Garris. I agree with you about the money, because to me, the money I don't care about money, but what I care about are actions. And I really like it when people better themselves. It makes me happy because I want you are a woman in this life that society, life is more difficult just because you're a woman. Just because you're a person of color, life is more difficult. You need to be dependent on no one. And you should get your education. You should get a good job so that you never have to rely on anyone. You be strong, I'll make you a deal. Like, I want to know, you're telling me that she's enrolled in all these things. If she is,
wrong message.
She's doing this, I'm going to take the money away because the money, I don't care about the money. But as far as the license suspension goes, if you show me that she's actually in all this, and you can show me, I'll acquiesce to you because I want you to do well. I want you to leave here better than you came. You've not shown me that so far though, right? You've not done well here. So why continue to do this? But if you show me that you're bettering yourself now, that you're in school, like you're saying, you're working as a tech there, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Show me, I'll acquiesce.
Thank you.
But in this life, you should never rely on anyone. I have 2 daughters, and the first thing that I'm teaching them is never rely on anyone. You go to school, you get your education, you get a great job so that you can just rely on yourself, and you can always be on your feet. You can always make money because when you get that education, no one can take it away from you, and you can always go get another job. That's what life's about. and this. Knowledge is power. All right,
Thank you, Judge.
please.